And to shed more light on this topic, I'm so delighted to be accompanied over the phone by Dr. Ayman Ghoniem, the economic expert. Good evening, doctor.
Good evening, madam.
Well, doctor, of course, we've seen this collaboration with the Chinese part and, of course, with Egypt. But how do you see that China's pledge to expand its investment in Egypt aligned with the Cairo's vision of 2030 agenda?
Well, actually, China is one of the very important economic partners of Egypt. We've seen the Chinese economic zone, TITA economic zone in Suez Canal economic zone, and it focuses on the production of green hydrogen, on renewable energy, on automotives, cables, engineering industries, metallurgical industries. China now faces an economic warfare with the U.S. Now we've seen the present American administration increasing the tariffs on its major trade partners, whether China, the European Union, and India. So China now looks at exporting its industries to avoid these tariffs. Of course, one of the most promising places is Egypt. China understands very well the geopolitical and economic significance of Egypt. Egypt, as we know, is the gateway for Africa. Also, the goods and services produced in Egypt, they don't incur the costs of transportation from the Indian Ocean through the Red Sea till the Suez Canal. This is a long way, and it costs a lot of expenses for the transportation. So all these costs are deducted from the goods produced in Egypt. Also, China is as a global economic and political power. Now it's the second largest economy in the world. Is interested in the stability and peace in the Middle East. And we've seen a lot of signals to support this hypothesis. We've seen the Chinese premier talking about China's support to the sovereignty or to the Egyptian efforts to maintain its sovereignty and to promote its economy. Presently, the Egyptian diplomacy is very active with the East. Of course, we are very active also with the West, because Egypt maintains stable and balanced relationships between all parties. We are very active with China, with India, the BRICS countries, Russia, of course, as well as the Western countries.
So, Doctor, what role could Chinese financing tools, such as panda bonds, play in reducing Egypt's reliance on traditional Western lenders?
Well, actually, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has been voicing the need and the requirement of the countries of the South to obtain finance at just terms, at easy terms, and of course at reduced cost, because the countries of the South are the main losers due to the climate change, and they have a lot of requirements in terms of adapting to the climatic changes, as well as improving the quality of their infrastructure, expanding the infrastructure, expanding the industry, achieving their sustainable development goals. So President al-Sisi has been voicing the voice of the South regarding the need to restructure the methods of the global financial institutions and the risk management modules of these financial institutions, and the way these institutions assess the requirements and the feasibility of the projects of the South. Such role played by Egypt has been one of the reasons, for example, why the BRICS countries established the New Development Bank. Now we're seeing the Chinese economy and the Chinese finance. China, by the way, has a very large official reserves. It may be the largest country in the world with a fishery reserve. I think it amounts to more than $1 trillion US dollars. So, and China has one of the highest savings rates in the world. I think it's 46% of its GDP. So, China as an investor and as a finance provider is a promising source for finance, especially that such finance is linked to the economic cooperation and bilateral trade between China and the finance receivers. That's why Egypt now is tapping this source for finance, and I believe that the future will see a lot of opportunities in this field.
And how can the $3 billion investment of Tedas, of course, can also, in the Suez Canal, of course, in the economic zone, can also be such a future for Chinese ventures?
Well, the investments in Suez Canal zone, in Tida economic zone, I believe that, and many commentators think that with the present trade warfare between the U.S. and China, the mutual increasing in the custom tariffs, this will lead the Chinese companies to shift part of their factories, part of their manufacturing facilities to other promising zones, especially, of course, the Suez Canal zone. And this will be aligned with the incentives provided by the Egyptian government to promote foreign direct investment. Of course, we have the law number 72 for the year 2017 regarding the promotion of the investments and the offering of a lot of incentives, including, of course, granting the golden license to priority industries and priority projects. Also, the granting of tax holidays and tax benefits to such projects. Now Egypt is trying to localize the inputs of its manufacturing industries. This goes in line with the Egyptian strategy for developing its manufacturing industries 2030. Egypt aims at increasing the contribution of the manufacturing industry from presently 14% of the GDP to around 20% by 2030, providing 7 to 8 million new jobs, increasing its manufacturing or its exports, its manufacturing industry exportation to around 100 billion US dollars per annum. In order to achieve such a goal, Egypt needs to cooperate with the countries that are advanced in technology, especially cheap or economical technology, I might say. And the two leading countries in this field are China and India. So, and that's why the present movements of the Egyptian diplomacy is focusing on such two countries.
Well, of course, Dr. Ayman Ghoniem, there's a lot of collaboration in Egypt, and China shares bilateral relations since ages, and this collaboration also comes within the framework of the renewable energy and, of course, the Egypt's Vision 2030. Not just that, it also in the collaboration of investment, right now the economic zone. So I guess this is a good deal for even Egyptians when it comes to workers, when it comes to economy, and of course when it comes to tourism also. Well, Dr. Ayman Ghoniem, the economic expert, I would like to thank you so much for your informative call. And ladies and gentlemen, a short break and we'll be back.